Wayne, can you tell me a little bit about the 4-star course that you've designed this year?
4-star course, I think, is hopefully the best one that we've ever done here, because I think it's challenging, but I've tried to find the balance between the competitors that are actually taking part and making it a 4-star test. But it really has to be the biggest and best course that they jump this year, because it's the end of the season for them. We've incorporated some different fences as well, and we've got a nice fence with the train down the slope to the bounce of the 2 ducks, and the nice Brand SA fence, which is a bit of a fun thing before the lake, and quite an interesting combination both at the Rose Garden with the bicycle, which I don't know anyone's probably jumped any of those before, and the water is a nice fence as well. Well, I've learned over the last few years that you need to restrict yourself to a certain number of efforts in the parks, and for Rymel Park, for instance, where the water jumps are, I do no more than 16 efforts, because if I have 2 efforts up in the stag corner, then they have quite a long gallop of over 1 kilometre really, with 1 fence between. So down to the Rose Garden, where I then have another 3 efforts, and then it's another, they can open out and relax on the gallop back down to the water. So that's what I've tried to do, is give them the open spaces, trim the trees as much as possible, and give them a line of sight for the horses, so that they're not ducking and diving, and they're not being confused and confronted by everything, and trying to give them clear messages about what's happening in front of them.
And you've also put in a few little S-bends toward the end and curves. Why is that?
Just mainly to help them keep a bit of control, and I think it's something that we really have to do. We have to make sure that we do our part to give the riders that opportunity to control their horses, and sometimes they're getting tired as well, and the horses are starting to switch off mentally. But just a few little curves and a little bit of up and down terrain, it does help to keep them switched on. They seem to get very tired when they're in the middle park towards the end, and then they pick up a bit when they get back across here. So it's one of those things that's just how I've found that it needs to be done.